You know, we always use terminologies that are disappointing or disgraceful or whatever way you want to describe it, you describe it, but we got beaten. It's the first time for 3 years by West Coast, and good luck to them. And we've got to make sure that we move on this week. We've got a 6-day break, play Port Adelaide, and that's how I see it. I'm not into describing the way we lost.
What did you make of the performance?
I thought to see a guy like Fife wanting to bring it upon himself to lift a team is a good sign, a really good sign. We appear to have not enough class at the moment in our side, and we are putting ourselves under pressure with disposal.
It appeared to be a similar story to last week in a way that your skills went under pressure, just sort of let you down a little bit.
Well, it depends on which way you look at that. It's either West Coast pressure or it's our inability to be able to make the most of situations when we've got the ball.
Combination of both.
Can be a combination of both, yes.
Their injuries starting life, obviously the team showed a lot of bravery in the first part of the year, but it's starting to get to that stage where they're really feeling the impacts.
Well, that's why I don't go into terminologies about how we lost.
But do you feel that the team that's on the park might be a bit flat?
Well, I see we've probably got enough class at the moment, so that would give you the answer.
Is there a tendency to overuse the handball a little bit when under pressure and not sort of...
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. It's like basically players looking for that sideways sort of movement and then the other players overlapping and sort of being blocked a bit.
Yep, you're right.
How do you go about regrouping, Mark, and getting some class into the side before these injured players come back?
Well, at this stage we work with what we've got, and the player responsibility is the players that are in the team at the moment to improve, and for us to improve them and give them confidence, but make sure the hard work's done, and then get back to what we did over the first 5 rounds.
Andrew and Liam Dean going out before bounce.
We'll be seeking clarification on that.
Are you upset potentially, or would you like to know why they were pulled out so late?
I think it's a bit more than a medical certificate as to why. It's not a reason, though, why we got beat, but if that's how it is, then we'll look at it.
So you'd be worried that maybe it was a dirty tactic, I guess, on West Coast behalf?
I didn't say that. I said we're seeking clarification.
Was it similar to last week also in the sense that too much was left to too few, like your Mondays, Fives, Pabs, Sandy, and that sort of just back up?
It's been an issue, yeah, absolutely.
Valentine, how close is he and what's the prognosis looking forward?
It's a big topic of debate, wasn't it? I'd like to think he'd be okay.
Any like how do we gain anyone else next week?
Just guys that play well at Waffle, and I think Tendai Mzungu might play this week. That would be it.
Can you at least take sort of some comfort from the lifted intensity? 101 tackles is still a fair effort, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always an interesting asset of the game. If you're tackling a lot, it means you haven't got the ball enough. I think it's the intent with the way you tackle that's important. And I would say that irrespective of the amount of tackles, it's how the tackle finishes that's so important.
And will you be talking to Jeff Gation during the week about the free kick count? 27 free kicks to 7 after the first 7 went away.
Well, obviously, I can't talk about that, but
you can't say you'll be talking to the Gation. Just
no, we have sometimes weekly, fortnightly, monthly calls. Just depends on how things are going.
Duffield and Bourne have been down in their possession totals, Mark. Is that a change in the way they're being used or a change in...
No, not really. No, they're sort of in defence there, and I guess they're getting closer attention in things like rebounding. So it's up to us to make sure that we can work around that situation.
While you're still waiting for the injured players to come back, how do you start to life in the group now?
you must give him confidence during this time. That's the easier answer, but keep the chemistry of the team and the morale of the team going, and work off each other and be demanding on each other.
Chris May seemed to be struggling with the back injury early on.
Okay, I think it's okay. He got through the game, so he'll be fine.
Did he need an injection for that?
Not sure, don't know.
And Mark, Stephen Hill, is he down on confidence, or is he carrying an injury, or did he receive another knock or something?
No. He's still working through his career, as a lot of players do.
Is this like a real sort of, I don't know, like a trialling sort of period of time for Stephen Hill to sort of get through this sort of period?
I think in between your first 50 games it is, and then it's whether you go to the next level between 50 and 100 if you're lucky enough to get to 100. If you get to 100, you're probably going to play 150 when you're so young, and he's the opposition and know a lot more about him now, and so he's got to go beyond and the tricks that he evolves with and how he plays the game.
Did you say Tendai was due to be back next week?
Possibly this week, yeah.
So that's obviously a good sign.
Well, he hasn't played a game effectively, has he? So.
So will he come back via the waffle or potentially be considered for selection?
I think we'll just see how he goes to training first. He has a endearing quality, which is endurance. So we'll just have to have a look at him later in the week in team training.
Roosevelt said the fact that it was a win was significant, not that it was a derby. But was a derby loss, the first one you've experienced, was that significant to you and your club?
It's always interesting when, particularly it's a West Coast crowd, and I sort of... it's a good deterrent not to find yourself in that situation again. So hopefully the group... whilst derbies are derbies, it's more about the season and where we need to go to for us. Obviously they had to overcome the last 3 years of being beaten by us. But once again, it's what you do beyond this game.
Just on Valentine, did you genuinely expect him to play? The perception out there was that he wasn't, but you left it up until today to withdraw?
He got tested twice during the week. So that was what we did with him, and we, as I said, with a quality guy, player like him, we'll leave it right up to the last moment. Now, everyone can surmise and look at and listen to opinions of where he's at. But we decided to do it that way.
Mark, once again, it's the type of loss that will demand changes.
Yes, it will. There might be changes within changes, if you know what I mean, within our team. We just might have to tweak a few things with some players and reinforce some positivity. Thanks.